G'day folks, it's Laura here, and today I'm going to do a flip cup pour. This time it's going to be of a bit of a stormy sky kind of feel, hopefully. So my colours today will be Pearl White, Pebilleo's Iridescent Blue Green, Nimbus Grey, Pacific Blue, French Blue, Sapphire, Storm Blue and Titanium White. Now I have a larger cup for my titanium white because I do need to have quite a lot of white to set off some of these darker blue colours. Now I'm going to use my standard pouring medium for this. I'll link to a video on how to make this if you're interested. Now with the pearl white, as well as maybe a couple of these darker blues, I'm actually going to add a little bit of this wall paint. It's a neutral base and it is the thickest component of my pouring medium. And I'm going to add some of this to thicken up the mixture, just so that these paints hold together a little bit better. So the thicker the paint during the pour, the less likely it is to spread and create very thin layers. I might just add a little bit more to the pearl white. Now because this Pebilleo paint is a very thick paint, I added just a small amount of pouring medium to start with, and now I'm going to top it up with a little bit more pouring medium. Just adding a bit more of that wall paint to thicken this one up a bit. So it's time to layer my cup now. And I'm going to be using two cell activators for this painting. One based on Amsterdam's Titanium White and the other based on Amsterdam's Lamp Black. I'll link to a video on how to make this if you're interested. So I'm just going to start with a layer of cell activator on the bottom of the cup. And I'll add a little of the black in there as well. So I've already prepared my canvas. This is the back of the canvas. I've added painter's tape as well as giant push pins. So it's time to flip the cup now. And I'll just get all of the paint out of the cup and spread it around the edges and the corners. Okay, I think the paint is fairly well centered. So I might just spin it out gently from here and see how we go. There is a little bit more paint up this end perhaps. Okay, definitely more paint coming out this side, so I'm just going to raise this edge up. Okay, spin it again. So I'm off this edge and this edge, but I've got these corners still all to go. Okay, I've got a little bit more to go on these two corners, but I'm predominantly off these other ones. Radio. It is amazing to me in this pour how the white has disappeared. So I started with a very large cup of white, and I also had a cup of pearl white, and they've largely disappeared. They might have softened some of the blue colours a little bit. We've certainly got some layers of very subtle lacing coming through here, probably with both the titanium white and the pearl white. But the large majority of that white does seem to have disappeared in this, which is Very interesting. So the next step is to pop the bubbles once again in case any more have come up, and to cover the corners and the edges around the corners which haven't quite had enough paint to them. So that's what I'll be doing next. There we go. This one turned out very stormy as opposed to a bright blue. But I think it might work quite well with perhaps a Pacific heron or some kind of paler kind of bird like that. I'm really liking this section up here of this one and these subtle layers of lacing through the titanium white up in this upper section. I've also got some lacing and some cells coming up down here as well, and it's almost like a transition zone in the middle there. So even though it does tend to come out quite a lot darker than I was hoping because I did lose a lot of that white, I am still very happy with this one, and I think I will be able to use it for a wildlife painting. So anyway, that's it for today's pause. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, everyone.